things are going, we would have a better chance of calling Ghostbusters and surviving than we would by calling the police. We would have a better chance of being protected by Leslie Jones and Melissa McCartney and the rest of the cast, and even the guys from back in the day Ghostbusters. We would have a better chance of being served and protected by Ghostbusters than we would by the police department. For those who don't know, there's been two murders that happened that was brought on by the police department. One of the guy's name is Alton Sterling. He was killed. I don't even want to get into it. Just Google Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. One of the issues I think that one of the issues that's holding us back from making progress is that white people don't want to acknowledge that there is a such thing as white privilege. White people don't want to acknowledge that these killings that have been going against black people, people that look like me, have not been justifiable. When you have a man that's laying on his back and you shoot him 6 times, I mean, girl, you basically just murdered this man. When you have someone who's doing what you told them to do, when you instruct someone to get their registrations and license and they reach forward and you shoot them, that's a problem. But anyways, I think in order for us to go into the right direction, white people need to start with acknowledgement that there is a such thing as white privilege, and that black people, we have to run faster and jump higher to make it through this world. That we're not on the same playing field as white people, especially when it comes to police. I just want people to understand that, baby, this land was built by white people, not built by white people. Let me take that back. The laws of this land, when that Constitution was, do you think when they wrote that Constitution they thought about the niggas? You really think they thought about us? This land is made for white men, and it was ruled by white men in the day. Shit, if you want to just call it like it is, girl, it really still is. I think another major problem that we have is the police officers. They need to have a better. It should be harder to become a police officer than what it is. I remember someone saying that a police officer is probably the hardest job, but the easiest job to get. It does not make any sense that I have to go to school for 4 years to receive a degree that says that I'm capable of managing people, but a police officer can go to the police academy, depending on the state, as little as 19 months, and he is able to go out into the field and protect and serve me. Now, I understand, depending on the state, that you may have to go to school for 2 years to receive an associate's plus the 19 weeks of training, but at the end of the day, it does not make any sense that a police officer can go to school in a least amount of time than me, when I just need to try to get a degree that says that I have common sense to say, girl, go take your break. Girl, this is what we need to do to improve the company. It just doesn't make any sense. And I think that's another thing that needs to happen really quick, is the training that these police officers have to go through. I've been reading people saying that, some of these police officers, they fear for their lives, and that's not even acceptable for me. Let me tell you something. You cannot be a bodyguard for the president, and then as soon as people start shooting, you running with the people. You signed up for a job, so you need to do your job, and that's protecting the president. So if that caused for you to get shot, then baby, that's what you signed up for. You cannot become a police officer and then you're so fearful of black men that when you pull them over in a car and you instruct them to get their registrations and license and they do what they've been told to do, you shoot them out of fear because you think they're about to shoot you. I would never become a police officer, first, because I'm not about that life. Second of all, bitch, I'm not protecting and serving nobody but my damn self. If a shootout start, bitch, I'm running with the people. I'm not trying to figure out where the gunshot's coming from. I'm not trying to protect you. I'm not trying to protect you. I'm not trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect myself. And wherever everybody else running to, I'm going with them. So no, you should not become a police officer if you're afraid, if you're going to be constant, if you're going to constantly be afraid of losing your life. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. And even if you became a police officer and later down the line you got married and had kids, that's still not a reason. It's still not a reason. I'm tired of people saying, well, these people have families. Well, if you're so concerned about your family, then you need to switch careers. It's that simple. It's nothing else to it. Stop trying to come up with these reasons why it's okay for these police officers to kill black people, because they're in fear of their own lives or they have families, they just want to make sure they get back to their families. If you're in fear of your own life and you become a police, why did you become a police officer if your job is to protect and to serve me? Why? Why is it that I would rather just sit on the side of the road after I've been robbed at gunpoint and just pray to God that my mama come get me before I even call the police? Because I think y'all probably gonna think that I had something to do with setting my own goddamn robbery or some shit like that. I don't even know. It's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that people show more compassion and more sympathy for a gorilla than they have for two black men that were murdered by the police. It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense that Justin Timberlake can come out, and I'm not saying that it wasn't good what he did. You know, Justin Timberlake came out when Jesse Williams gave his speech and he, commended him and, through a tweet and was basically like, yeah, power to the people, whatever the fuck he said. And it's all good and dandy, because the truth of the matter is Justin Timberlake, he has fans that probably have never heard of the Black Lives Matter movement or probably just just didn't give a damn about the Black Lives Matter movement. So with him doing something like saying, giving a shout out to Jesse Williams when he gave his speech at the BET Awards, that probably opened the door for a conversation. But at the end of the day, Justin Timberlake, where's your tweet now? The time that we need your fucking tweet, the time that we need you to say something, why are you not fucking saying something? I get tired of these celebrities wanting to say something when it's convenient for them. Oh, when shit get real, you don't want to say shit. Oh, but when somebody give a speech, all of a sudden, he should be running for president, and that's your homeboy. When black people start getting shot on their fucking back 6 times, then you don't want to say shit. That's the problem that I think that a lot of people are having with these celebrities. At the end of the day, we live in a social media world, and a tweet, a Facebook post can go a long way. When these celebrities, you're more than likely to find out something happened on social media than you will on the news. I found out about the shootings on social media. We are attached to our phones in 2016. So if a celebrity sends out something that says Black Lives Matter, that will probably do more. It will ease people versus you not saying a damn thing. What it comes down to is stop supporting these celebrities who don't support you, who want to tiptoe on the subject. When it's a speech, they want to, we good. They want to make R&B songs and everything. But then when some shit get real, all of a sudden they're going back to their mansion with their families, and they don't want to be bothered. One of the sad things I think is it's sad because a lot of black people who came into this world years ago, they had to go through segregation and black people being killed and black people not having the same rights as whites and just everything, and the simple fact that some of these black people are going to die with the world not as bad as it used to be, but I came into this world and there was segregation, and I'm leaving this world and it still was somewhat segregated, and it's kind of fucked up. You have people, grandmothers and grandfathers, and hell, even some people's fathers and mothers that are gonna leave this world the same way it came in, which was fucked up. What else? What else? I think that was really all I wanted to say. I know people have been saying that those videos are too graphic to be on Instagram and on front of, publications. While I'm on the fence, because I do feel like it's a little bit disrespectful to the family, I also feel like people need to see what is happening to us. If I understand, if my dad was murdered, I would not want to walk past a aisle and see his body on the front of a magazine, on the front of a newspaper. But I think years on the line, I think that these kids, these families will understand that it was so important for something like that to happen, because people need to see this. People need to see the image of this black man lying on his back after a cop put 6 bullets into him and killed him. I think that's all I really have to say. At the end of the day, y'all need to watch y'all motherfucking back. Y'all need to be careful. It's getting real in these streets, and yeah, you just got to be careful.